Hi, welcome to Business Influencers. I'm your host, Chris Salem. Hope everyone's having a great week. You found us here at the TALRadio.org platform. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying many of the great forms of content that you can find here on this platform, all dedicated to moving yourself forward, both on a personal and professional level. We are so excited that we've been here with TALRadio now going on over 4 years. Yes, we pioneered the business platform for them, and we are excited that you are here. And again, we want to extend I can't even extend enough gratitude to those that have been with us since day one. Again, if it wasn't for you, this show would not be in existence. And again, we want to make sure that every week we are delivering content and from subject matter experts that are helping to raise your level of influence, including your company, to take you to the next level. Whether if that is in sales, marketing, PR, whatever that may be, you'll find it here. If there's any content you'd like to see on a future show, don't hesitate to reach out to our team here at ChristopherSalem.com. Today's show is being brought to you today by Alumni Direct. Alumni Direct is a social media community platform dedicated to bringing alumni together from all different generational types and an opportunity to meet new people for the first time. Now, it is a membership program. Taking out all the noise out of social media, you get to generate genuine and authentic relationships with the people you choose to interact with, and it takes out all the noise of the stuff that you might find on standard social media channels. If you'd like some more information about Alumni Direct, check them out at alumnidirect.com. That's alumnidirect.com. Well, we have a wonderful show for you, as always, each and every week here. Today, we're going to be talking about aligning your inner badass to fuel your success. And we're with somebody that I've known for quite some time, and you're going to love her. Her name is Nancy Matthews. And in this conversation, she's going to discuss with you the spirit of businesswomen in history and the modern leaders carrying that torch today. And she will reveal how true sustainable success comes from aligning with your higher purpose, trusting divine guidance, and leading with courage, compassion, and conviction. A little bit about Nancy. Nancy is an international speaker, best-selling author, and founder of Women's Prosperity Network, the People Skills Academy, and the One Philosophy, known as the Visionary with Guts. Nancy has been inspiring audiences worldwide to lead with heart, purpose, and spiritual alignment. She's a champion for women stepping fully into their power, embodying the wisdom, grace, and grit of badass women of history who dared to change the world. Through her teachings of connection, leadership, and divine success, Nancy shows how to align with our inner badass and fuel a life of sustainable success, joy, and impact. And without further ado, we welcome Nancy Matthews to the show. Nancy, how you doing today?
I am doing so good and really excited to be here and sharing this conversation. As you said, we've known each other for many years, and it's really exciting for me to be reconnected and sharing on this beautiful platform. Congratulations on the show, by the way.
Thank you so much. We are so excited to have you here. And we'd love to maybe start a little bit about, you have been working with women. You've had the Women's Prosperity Network for many years. And now you're on this new journey, partnering with some great folks on really elevating women in history in terms of not only business, but just in anything. We'd like to talk a little bit about some of the background, what got you into that, and about these badass women.
So, here's the thing that I find so interesting about me personally, like holding a flag for women coming together and inspiring and empowering each other. I feel like I got here by accident, but we all know it was really by design, by something greater, right? If you had told the younger version of me when I was in real estate, when I was, had a title company and doing mortgages, which is all very male-dominated world, especially 20-something years ago. If you had told me I'd be leading this charge for women, by women in the variety of ways that I've had the privilege of doing so, I'd say, no, I think you've got somebody else's crystal ball. But here's the thing. The reason that I have been attracted to these opportunities, the reason that I got picked, our dear friend Harrison Klein, who created this Badass Bitches movement, the reason he reached out to me is because I am a stand for women. And for a long time, I didn't know how to be a stand for myself.
Yeah.
And I think what I've learned is there's far too many women that haven't discovered their inner badass. And that's part of what this is all about then. What's already inside of you that's amazing, that other people or society have tried to tamp down. No.
Love that. I love your transparency, and and it's so true. I could say that even from a male perspective back when I looked on my journey, where I am today, and and it was all through transparency and honesty, what led me out of that trap that I had lived in for first 31 years of my life. So I love this. I love this whole thing about you are an example and you are a resource for women. So, let's talk about, today's title. Let's talk about, aligning your inner badass for those women that for some reason they have, maybe they got some great strengths. Maybe they're doing something innovative, yet somewhere deep down, they maybe just don't believe it enough, or they're not connecting the dots because they feel they come up short in certain areas. What would be some things that, the Badass Bitch movement is doing based upon historically what women have done from the past that have been role models like yourself, that they can be aligning their inner badass to fuel their success?
Yeah, well, there was a lot in that question, so I'm going to pull it apart a little bit so we can dive straight in. So the first thing I would say is I believe that most women, if not every woman, has this seed, this whisper inside of them that eventually can turn into a roar. That I am here for more, I am meant for more. Like there's this quiet, and you probably felt that for yourself, right? When you were in corporate, the life you had before, finding your inner badass. I mean, it's not exclusive to women, right? Inner badass. So it's about honoring that voice inside and not listening to the external stimuli that try to tell you you're not enough, you're not good enough, you're just a woman, all of that. And unfortunately, there has been so much societal programming along those lines that it can get confusing, especially for women. And I know for me, one of the challenges I had as I was stepping into my badassery, let's call it that, right, was finding a balance between masculine and feminine energies. So I was a single mom. I had my own business. I was in mortgages and real estate title company, as I mentioned before. And what I believed I needed to succeed was push, drive. And I was very successful in that. But it had me feel empty on the inside. What I've since learned is how to tap more into my feminine energy, which is about attracting. My dear friend Michelle Villalobos says, women have the amazing gift where when we can remember to be the egg just sits there, right? In the process of creating a new life. I'm the egg, right? The sperm has to fight its way to get in. That's not masculine energy, right? So when women really can discover their inner badass, which is that voice that says you're meant for more, combined with the feminine energy of receiving and allowing, magic happens and unfolds.
So true. I love it. And so what like now with this, process, I love it how it's really uniting women, no matter where they are in their journey. But where would it start? Like if a woman, like again, depending upon where they're at, even if it's like if they're really, like their self-esteem is low, their confidence is low, it wouldn't matter. I mean, but if it is, where would that first thing, is it awareness, or where would it start?
The first place is going to start to build that confidence and to tap into your self-belief is by borrowing it from others, which may sound a little strange. Get into community. And that's why with, Badass, We've got a community of women coming together to support and bolster one another and lift each other up. So community comes first, right? So here, there can, is there more? Yeah, there could be more. Oh, let me check this out. So that's why we offer a variety of different ways for people to come into the Badass community. We've got courses, there's retreats we're doing, there's all kinds of things available. So when you go to the website, you'll see ways that we can grow and play together. So the starting place would be community, reading a book, watching videos online, whatever that is that's going to support you in tapping into the belief in yourself that's there. And like I said, with community, with coaches and mentors, sometimes you need to borrow our belief in you until you can see it for yourself. And you get that, right?
Totally. I love that too. And share me if I could, when you said that, it like, for me, I mean, I'm coming from a guy's point of view, but it's probably very similar even from a woman. The way I see that is that if I don't feel really high about myself at that point, and now I got to borrow from that temporarily to get the kickstart where I'm at to now step into my own power. Mm-hmm. It's knowing that I'm doing this in a psychologically safe environment, that I could feel like that it's okay that I'm not where everybody is. Knowing that you have my back, you're not going to enable me. I'm not going to depend on you, but I'm going to be encouraged by your example, resourcefulness, to step now into my next level of power. Yeah, absolutely. So that safe space, that safe container that allows us all to be vulnerable on where we're coming from and where we want to grow to, yet it's a safe space because it's not about judgment and it's not about comparison. And I think one of the biggest challenges women face is all the magazines and the social media showing how we should look, or all the people touting how successful they are, and so now you compare yourself constantly, and that is a dangerous game. Because that ain't, let me just tell you all, lean in, because that ain't real anyway. So true. It's looking the part than being it. Yes. So
well
true.
Well said. It's looking the part versus being it. Yeah, you nailed it.
Oh, I love it. And I really admire, you being a top leader in this movement. Obviously you've been doing it yourself for so many years with Women's Prosperity Group, and you've always brought in great women and, new women leaders that have been born out of your network. And now with the Badass Bitches movement, what I would ask you is, like, what would be like a role model? You are a role model, but who was a role model for you as a woman, whether if it's historic, somebody known, or it could be someone that nobody knows on a mass level, but just was instrumental in your growth?
So I would say that there's a personal answer to this, and then there's publicity, visible person. So Oprah Winfrey is always going to come to mind. Another woman who was really instrumental in my business development was Laura Langmeyer. Like, she's a powerhouse, right? So I learned a lot from her. On the personal side, my mother, who was a single mom in the 1960s, raising 4 kids by herself. That's where I saw entrepreneurship. She had several jobs because she was just doing whatever she needed to do to make sure we were fed and taken care of. So she was a great role model, and the work ethic that I picked up from her, along with my 2 sisters that I was in business with for 18 years. Yeah.
That's fabulous. I love how you mentioned a blend of family, like a business mentor, there was a personal mentor, and obviously someone who obviously most, if not everybody, knows who that person is, Oprah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's well-rounded.
It's not a woman that I'm going to say for this final person, but John Maxwell has been a huge guide and mentor for me in modeling what a servant leader looks like.
Yeah. You got to, like I said, what I loved about servant leadership is being the example, filling up your cup, be the example, and be resourceful for others to do for themselves.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Love it. Well, I love what you mentioned about, and so some of these women that now want to align their get aligned in their badass. Everyone's got a badass in them, and so share with anything you'd like to share, like what you're going to be, what you're doing with women to help, get them to that level. And and then once they're able to start being the example themselves and it's documented, how they can start, giving it back through their example of resourcefulness for other women that are kind of next in the process.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. Thank you. And so the main thing I would say is join the movement, the community of badass bitches. And inside of there, Harrison and the team are creating an ecosystem for women at no matter what level of professional or personal development that you're at, there's a place for you to come in and grow to that next level. So come in there and check that out. And then as you rise up, then you want to reach your hand out and support another woman to do the same thing. And when we continuously join hands together, that's where we all get stronger and stronger. So the first thing I would say to a woman who's just now finding the time or the desire to tap into something more for themselves, start by getting quiet. Give yourself space, because if you're like me and most other women, every minute of the day is scheduled and filled with taking care of somebody else, and you don't even know what it means. What do you mean take care of myself? I shower every day. No. Like, really honor yourself, because it can, our nature is to nurture, and we need to learn to nurture ourselves as well. So get quiet.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I always hear that from a woman. I always think of the oxygen mask on an airplane. Yeah. What's the first thing a flight attendant says? Put the mask on yourself before you put it on your child. And most women are conditioned that you put the child or everybody else first over yourself.
Yeah.
And you can't give what you don't have. You can't give from an empty cup.
Exactly. So take time to listen to yourself, to get quiet, whether you do meditation or journaling, or just listen to some music, that allows you to be still and hear what spirit, divine, God, whatever you might call that force that flows through us. Listen to what it's got for you, because you're here for a reason, a unique, one-of-a-kind purpose, a unique, one-of-a-kind market segment that you're here to have an impact on. So listen, what are your gifts? What are your talents? And most of that can be found in what brings you joy. Like, I absolutely get so lit up. Like if you and I were talking and you were saying, Nancy, I have this vision, I want to build this business, or I want to have this impact and I want to do this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I see all the ways we can do it. Like, they call me a vision architect, because I can see like this vision so when people share their dreams, I can see how we need to put it together to have the impact that you want. So tap into what lights you up and what feels good, because that's the clue for your path to prosperity.
So true. And like I said, it's a process, and that nothing's easy, but knowing that, now that these women can tap into, yourself and others like you in this movement, they can feel like, okay, it's not going to be easy. Yes, you have to step out of your comfort zone, but knowing that I'm in the right place where I can do that and not feel judged or, looked down upon, where maybe that's what kept them stuck up to this point. Yeah, exactly. It's good. And community's the answer, and we are communal in nature. So to have a place for you to go with women who will support you and cheer you on and give you resources and access. And that's the other thing. You may feel all alone in your desire, and all you need is access. And that's part of what this community of badass bitches is creating, is women going for more unapologetically and redefining what it means to be an amazing, powerful, successful woman. So true. Love it. What else would you like to share that, what you're bringing you personally, I mean, you obviously your journey, of course, your example always are instrumental, but anything like particular area that you're emphasizing with this movement for women that you're kind of bringing to the table?
Well, it would be the foundation of everything that I do, everything that I teach, everywhere that I go, and that's about my book title, which is The One Philosophy. Everything and all success and happiness and joy for yourself and others can be found through living the one philosophy. And here's what I mean by that. Think about, Chris, for example, let's say you were going to get to meet the one who was going to introduce you to Richard Branson, right? Or the one who was going to be your next best client, or the one who was going to refer somebody to you, whatever it is. What I discovered and why I created this philosophy and the whole cultural education system I have around it is when we think, we as humans, me too, when we think we're in the presence of somebody who could be the one, which means the one who would do something for us, we tend to treat them a little better. We pay more attention, we put more value on them because in our mind, they're going to do something for us, so I better treat them real good. Now I'm making this sound a little more tainted than it really happens, but it's just part of our nature. It's like you perk up, oh, they're the one, right? So what I discovered long ago was that every single person we meet truly is the one when we begin by placing the value on them first, that they are the one, right? So it's kind of like it's the golden rule to another degree. So it's every single person you meet, treating them with respect, being interested, being curious, saying, wow, some reason Chris and I are connected right now in this moment. Can't wait to see what the magic of this moment is about to reveal. And this is what my tattoo is. This is a Japanese cultural concept and philosophy called Ichigo Ichi-e, which means on. Yeah, like I got one over here. I'm branded, baby.
You are. You wear the process.
I am. Yes. So here's the thing: when you live the one philosophy, and you can grab my book, and I have the 6 principles that I teach related to it. What I know is that when you live the one philosophy, treating each and every person you meet with that same level of excitement and enthusiasm as we do if we think someone's the one, your life changes, their life changes. It's the actual synergy that we're meant to be living in. And so that's what I would say to women, to men, to everybody out there. Look for your similarities with other people before your differences. And I'm sure you would agree our world needs that now more than ever.
So true. So true. I love this. I think what you're doing is so important. And I remember that one philosophy last time I talked to you when you came out with, I mean, you had been doing it, but you had come out and really took it to the masses with that concept, which was so powerful and so true. I think it's so important. I can even look back now in my own experience with that and not knowing it was what you would just describe, but now I can say, oh, wow, I was doing some of that.
And here's what I know. Of course you were, because we wouldn't be, aligned if we didn't have this common desire and value on humanity. Like you and I both come from that place. Harrison and all the other women in the movement, they come. Like we care about people. So most of the time when I share about the one philosophy, such as with you, I try to do that. I do that. I really try to. But here's what happens. Oh, I try to do that, but you don't know my ex-husband. I can't treat him like the one. Oh, I try to do that, but did you know who they voted for in the last? How could they? So part of what we must learn so that we can stay in alignment with our badassery to be fueled for success and the plan that what I believe the divine has in store for us is to learn to let go of some of those preconceived judgments and those hurts and and really find the way to live that life is happening for you, not to you.
I always love that statement. Oh,
yeah.
Well, Nancy, this has been wonderful. I wish this show were an hour. We definitely got to have you back for round 2, whether if we continue on where we left off, or even something, in addition to what you do so well. I want to make sure, first of all, I want to thank you from me and the team here at TALRadio, and the rest of the people who run the Touch of Life Foundation. Thank you for being here. I want to give you this opportunity. How can the audience, get in touch with you? Anything that you're up to, anything you'd like to share with them?
Yeah, thank you for that opportunity and for being with you today, and being the one to give me a microphone to share this message for Badass Bitches, for the One Philosophy. And so I trust that whoever's listening right now, you got some nugget that's going to support you in taking whatever that next step looks like. So for Badass Bitches, there'll be a link in the show notes. We've got some
we'll make sure that's there. Yep.
Bonuses for them. Or you can go to badassbitches2025.com. And if you want to get in touch with me personally, Nancy Matthews with 2 T's. So it's nancymatthews.com, Nancy at Nancy Matthews. If you go to all of the social sites, it's Nancy Matthews. Sometimes Nancy Matthews Speaker, because there's a photographer out there, but that's not my jam.
Well, we want to make sure that everybody that's listening and those listening later, make sure to connect with Nancy on those social media profiles, connect with her on email, get to know the Badass Bitches movement, incredible things that they're doing to elevate women and help other women really step up in their power. And again, thank you so much again, Nancy, for being here.
A pleasure and purpose. Thanks for having me, Chris. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. And listeners, we want to thank you each and every week joining us here at Business Influencers. Again, we are committed to helping raise your level of influence, both on a personal and professional level. And again, if there's any content you'd like to see on a future show, don't hesitate to reach out to us here at chris@christophersalem.com. Till then, everybody, have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you here next week, same time. Take care.